So we're going to quickly go over the basics of pad work technique, just to make sure that you have everything sound and solid and that you're able to get the most out of your fighter. There are a few things that you want to make sure of just so you can get into a routine or a rhythm. So let's say I'm in front of my fighter here. He's in a position. For the most part, I want to go opposite to opposite pads so that when he punches, he's twisting his body and I'm making the most out of him using rotation to punch, which is how you would do it in real boxing in a real situation. So if he's going to throw the left jab, I would just hold up a straight left hand and he hits flush there. If I want him to throw the right hand, I will hold up my right hand and he hits straight. Left hook, I hold the left hand right up like so. Now he can throw a hook either which way, this way or this way. That's going to be personal preference depending on what's being taught in your gym. Right hook, I hold the pad inside this way. And he doesn't even have to have me call it. I can call him out, or he can just read the cue by what he sees depending how far along you are with your fighter. Left uppercut, he digs up. Right uppercut, and he digs up. What I want is flush contact with the pad, but we're going to get into that in the next segment. So as the pad holder, I am working opposite to opposite. Every now and then if I want, I can work a 1-2 into the same pad on this side with this right hand. If he's an orthodox fighter, so he goes 1-2, boom, boom. This way I can do a quick double clap. He goes, let's say slowly 1, 2, and then 3, pop, pop, pop. That way I can work a double into this hand. That's an exception to the opposite side hitting rule. As the pad holder, I do not want to have my hands out here or out here like I'm holding a beach ball. I almost want to imagine that I'm holding a little soccer ball, or even that I have a ball here in this area that all my pad work is going around, and that's to simulate a head and to simulate a focused target so that I don't have my fighter punching all over the place. In boxing, the targets are small. The chin right here, straight flush on the face, the ribs, the very specific spots, and I want to simulate these exact spots with my pads. So let's say he throws a 1-2 slowly, or let's say a 1-2-3, you'll see 1-2-3. I've got my hands working in this small area. Let's say he goes 1-2-3-2. 1-2-3-2. I've got my hands working in this small area. I don't want to be like this. He goes 1-2. I do not want to be like this, having him go all over the place. Last part that's very important is a short impact into his punch to give him the feel that he's going to need when he fights and to simulate the actual contact experience. So if he throws a right hand, I'm going to meet him with a short, quick force. What I don't want to do is I don't want to do too much. If he throws a right hand, I don't want to be slamming into him as well. And if he throws the right hand, I don't want to let my hand fly back like this. A nice short force. So let's say he goes 1-2-3, medium speed. I'm just doing short little motions to connect with the pads. 1-2-3, and again, 1-2-3. So you can see I'm just working small motions right here. Pad work, just to get the fundamentals down. Give your fighter a small target, opposite to opposite pads. You can go the same side for the 1-2s, the straight punches, and as well holding that small ball area, that focused targeted area, making sure that it's short impacts into the pads just to give you a nice base on pad work. So in this section, we're going to go over a number of habits that you want to get your fighter used to so that they're in the optimal position, and as well so that you get the most out of their technique and their work to simulate what's going to happen in a real sparring or real fight situation. I want to create habits as well so that we work together, and so there's almost sort of a chemistry and he knows what's going on. It's going to make the whole pad work experience more fluid. So let's say his hands are up. He's in position. The first thing that I like to do is make sure that he has good position. And one of the ways that I do this, other than just telling him what to do, is I check him. So I'm going to tap my pad to his right elbow, his left elbow, to remind him to keep his elbows in. I may even tap up top here, part shoulder, part glove, if I want him to keep his hands high like this. If he had his hand out like here, that's fine. I would just tap, right, depending on what style he's using. Or even if he had his hand down and was more in a Philly shell, I might just tap here like so and touch the shoulder, just to make sure that I'm reminding him of his position using a physical feedback. So the check with my fighter is to keep these positions. As well, I want him to understand range. And the range in a typical fight scenario is going to be the length of his arm plus a step. So from there he takes a step forward, boom, and that's the contact range. Steps back, and then now he's back in position. So when we're holding pads, I don't want him to get used to thinking that he can just punch right from here, right from the contact range. Because in a real fight situation, you're not going to have that luxury of being able to just walk right up and start throwing. You have to step into your target. So let's say my fighter throws the jab and then he steps back out. I want to get him into that habit of coming in and coming back out. He steps in, boom, and back out. And that's something I'll remind him. Often I'll go like this and clear my hands. Let's say he throws a right hand and then he steps back out. I'll clear to make sure that he knows whatever he's throwing. Let's say he throws a 1-2. That he knows to get back to that safe range. I may have specific suggestions of where he's going to go left and right or whatever, and that will be specific to that situation. So in general, the habit is get back to distance or make the specific motion to escape that I'm working with my fighter, trying to get him to do. The last thing is, with range, is I also want to make sure that he understands our relationship in movement together. If I move back, he's going to move forward and stay in that range. If I move forward, he's going to move back. And we're all here. He goes 1-2, and he's back in position, clearing out, and then he moves into me. And then 1-2, and then he's back out. So see, here we are working together, making sure that we develop this relationship, that he is in a good position at all times, that he knows his distance, and that after he throws, let's say 1-2, he knows to get back to his distance and keep his hands up, and I can check them using this way. So use pad work not only for techniques, but also to develop range and awareness, and to make sure that your fighter develops the habits to stay in a good position at all times. So in this section, we're going to go over the jab and how to make sure that the jab is solid by itself. Of course, later we look at combinations and different styles and tactics and how those relate and work together, but you're only as good as each component, and having a good jab to start and good position is key to getting everything else going. With my fighter in position here, there are a number of things I want to make sure that are going on with his jab to make his jab effective and make sure that the chance of his opponent countering him are limited, to make sure that he's in the best possible position to launch his offense without getting hit. The first thing that I want to make sure of is that this other hand is up, that he's not dropping that hand. Because the minute he throws that punch and this hand is dropped, let's say he throws a jab here, and let's say that hand is dropped as he throws it, holds it out, and he drops the hand. Not only is he open on this side, which everybody takes a risk of when you throw some offense is having an opening, but he's open on this side too. So he's gone from having one set of openings to two sets of openings. So a nice check drill that I like to do is where we were talking before, hitting this same side pad, is to give him a little check as he throws the jab. So let's say he throws an easy jab and I swat him, just right here, just to remind him to keep that up. I could also go to the body with it. He jabs, and I check him to the body. He goes, and here I am just checking him because I want to make sure that he's keeping that hand there. If he throws the jab and holds it out, if he was also to throw a right hand, it's also reminding him that I want him to release the right hand, hold this position, right from the chin. I don't want him dropping and firing right hands from there. So from here, I've checked him, and let's say he throws the right hand, he's throwing it right off the chin, and that's exactly what I want. Okay, back. So the first thing is to make sure that this hand is in a good position. The next thing that happens to a lot of guys is they flare this elbow when they jab. And so other than just verbally telling him to keep that elbow in, I can use this hand here as a guide to make sure that he's not flaring his elbow so that when he delivers, this punch is coming out nice and straight. So let's say he throws the jab, and there it is. He's reminded to keep that in. If he's bumping it too much, he's going to get caught. He jabs, and it comes out nice and straight. He jabs right here. And as he jabs, go. I'm also keeping it out so he lets the jab come back along the same path too, that he's not throwing it straight, but then flaring it as he comes back as well. So the other check on this jab to make sure it's tight is to bring that hand along the side to make sure that that jab is coming out nice. It's up to you as the pad holder. You have bird's eye view to start looking for these mistakes. And these are two common ones that you're going to see in the jab, this hand drop and this elbow flare out. The next thing that happens a lot is that guys have a lazy return on their jab. And so you want to remind them with a little swap back. So let's say he throws a jab slowly here and he brings it back. I'm going to swat him just to make sure he's bringing his hand back. It doesn't need to be a full-on punch. It's just a light check to make sure that his jab comes right back to his face. So here he jabs again, and I check him. He jabs, and I check him. He jabs, I check him. He jabs. Now see also what he's doing really well? He's keeping that range like we talked about earlier. I have to lean in to give him that little check right there. 3 aspects of the jab: keeping the hand up, elbow in, make sure that hand returns as quickly as it came out. The double jab, it's a little bit different. Using the pads to work that rhythm. It's a quick, short rhythm. And I also want him to be able to move with it. So I'm going to move back when he throws the double jab and check his rhythm. He throws the double jab, and I'm getting used to the timing. He throws the double jab, like so. And see how I'm moving back and checking his rhythm on that double jab. If he was throwing it slowly by bringing his hand all the way back to his face, let's say go slowly, double, I would see right away, that's not the kind of double jab I want. I want that hand out, coming halfway back and coming out. I also want to move so that I know that he's moving with that double jab as well, not just staying stationary. So here we go, double jab again. One more time. One more time. Okay, so the double jab is another aspect of the jab. Getting used to that quick rhythm, you moving back, you as the pad holder developing that aspect of his double jab, and again, all the other stuff comes into play. So when focusing on the jab, check that opposite hand, check the elbow, make sure the hand comes back to the face. And for the double jab, make sure the feet are moving and the rhythm is exactly how you want for a double jab. We're going to go over the right hand and how to improve it with pad work. Again, with the right hand, it's improving technique. You have that bird's eye view. It's fixing errors, but maximizing power and technique. My fighter's in his position. The first thing that I'm looking for that a lot of guys don't do when they throw that right hand is they don't pivot that back foot. If you don't pivot the back foot, it doesn't allow the hips to rotate. It doesn't allow the shoulders to fully come into the shot. So let's say he throws the right hand and does not pivot that back foot. Throws it, boom, and holds it right out there. So you see that back foot is barely pivoted. The hips haven't come into the shot, and he's leaning forward. In these situations, there's not much you can really do up here, but you use this opportunity to let the fighter know what's going on because you have a perfect view and a visual of what's going on. So he throws the right hand without pivoting, holds it there. This is where I'll come in and I can correct him by hooking out, bending him, adjusting him to where I want him to be, and holding that position. Okay, back. So here, now he's going to throw the right hand with a pivot just naturally throws it. Good. Another thing that I'm looking for when he throws that right hand is I want this hand to turn over. So that I want this to be loose. It turns over nice. This shoulder back here rolls and protects his chin, and he gets nice rotation into the shot. So he throws, turn that thumb down, and he pivots, turns that right hand right over. As well, just like in the jab, I'm looking to make sure that this hand isn't flaring out. It's not an overhand right, it's a nice clean straight right. So I'll hold this hand out here, he throws, just to make sure you're getting a nice, clean, short right hand without a flared elbow. The next, one of the most common mistakes that you're gonna see on the right hand, which in one instance can give you good power but messes up the rest of your combo, is if he's leaning on it. So if he throws that right hand and he leans forward, he's coming right through the pad. Look at where he is. He's all off balance, all out of position. Now, if this was the last right hand he was ever going to throw, it might not be that bad if he caught his opponent and knocked him out. But for the most part, these right hands get blocked or you miss, and that's going to set up a bad position for his left hook. From here, to throw a left hook, he's got to come all the way back onto balance and then throw it from there. So it slows you down when you lean. So what I'm going to do with my fighter is just make sure that I keep him touching, keep his range, and he throws it, and just sort of remind him that I don't want him leaning forward. Throw. If he's leaning forward nonetheless, then I will have to physically freeze him and adjust him. So from there, throw the right hand one more time. Nice, good, clean position, rotation of the hand, elbow doesn't flare out, back foot pivots, and no leaning. These are the essentials of the right hand. Use the pad work to get that bird's eye view, to do those checks, and to fix his position. We're going to go over the left hook and how to develop it with pad work. When developing the left hook, you're not only looking at fixing mistakes and fixing errors, but maximizing this punch at multiple different ranges. My fighter is in position right here. The first thing I want to do is just make sure that I check a few things. Some of these are harder to check because of the way you use the pads. If he throws a left hook and holds that position, again, just like the jab, I'm looking for this hand being up right here. Sometimes what I will do, is I will let him hit me slightly on the outside, lightly throw a left hook to hit me, and I will touch him here at the same time just to make sure that hand is staying up, just as a little drill. So he throws a left hook, boom. He throws a left hook, boom. He throws a left hook, boom. And I can get him to throw the left hook there, and then the second one to my pad. Slowly, boom, boom, like so. Just to sort of, again, remind him to keep that up. Another thing that's very common with guys throwing the left hook is they're not rotating the shoulders fully, and when they do, they're looking away over here. We want that head to be straight on the target and chin down. So he throws a left hook, good position, holds that position. I want to make sure that this whole body has rotated, that his back is almost pretty much perpendicular to me. I'm square with him, this back is fully turned, or even a little bit more is fine. But I don't want him here like this, bludgeoning. I want that body to rotate into the shot. Also, see how his chin is down? He's pinched between his shoulder and his glove. This is how I know he's in a good position. If this hand was down and that head was looking over like this, that's what I don't want. And a lot of guys do that. And that's why you're going to get caught, or you can get caught with an overhand right or an uppercut coming up the middle. So again, back to position. He throws a left hook, holds it. And I want that face forward, and I will fix it, literally move him over and drop him just to make sure that he's in the exact position I want. So again, it's bird's eye view. Another thing that is important for beginners, but it's not essential, as a fighter gets more advanced is that front foot pivot. The front foot pivot is sort of a reminder to let the whole body get into the shot. Later on, when he gets more advanced, or when you see pros, the hip and the shoulder pivot is the most important thing. But for here, we'll work that drill with a foot pivot. He throws the left hook, throws the left hook, easy, throws the left hook, throws the left hook. And I'm just looking for that pivot. Pivot a little bit more and hold it. Good, and this is exactly what I want. Elbow supporting the punch, foot pivoted, shoulders rotated, hand up, chin pinched, right in between. And this is how we're starting to work with a good left hook. Okay, next aspect of the left hook. Unlike a lot of straight punches, you're gonna have to throw it from multiple different ranges. Don't let the fighter only get used to that medium range that they're so comfortable with, because oftentimes they'll be on the inside or they'll be far on the outside and they have to adapt. It's much easier to make the arm adapt range than it is to always have to move your body closer or further from the target. So a drill that I like to work is nice and easy. My fighter throws a short hook. I take a step back, throws a medium hook. I take a step back and throws a long hook. All the while the knuckles are hidden nice and flush on my pad. I'll come back in medium. I'll come back in close. I'll go medium. I'll go long. Medium. Close, medium, long. So get your fighter comfortable with working on those different ranges. We can add a right hand, or let's say an uppercut behind each of them. So let's say in close he goes left hook, right uppercut, left hook, right uppercut, close range. Then medium, it's gonna be a left hook, right hand. And then far, it'll be a left hook, right hand. Just to really simulate what's gonna go on in the combo. Work those multiple ranges so that your fighter gets comfortable with that. The final aspect of the left hook is that not every time will you be throwing just one left hook. There will be multiple. And what you don't want is your fighter to come out blazing with this drill, because often they'll just bludgeon the pad. So what I want is, when my fighter throws double left hooks, I want him smooth and circling them, sort of relaxed. So here he is, he throws a left hook, throws a left hook. See how he's hooking it nice and smooth and just getting relaxed, and that's going to allow the fluidity to come. Once he gets that fluidity, the power will come from the legs and the body rotation later as he perfects the technique. Double hook, double hook. And see the rest of his position is solid when he's throwing these shots. Double hook, double hook, double hook. Easy again. See how he swirls it and gets used to a nice fluid motion. One more time. Okay, so different aspects of the left hook. You have the bird's eye view, check for position, work different aspects of range, close, medium, and far. Combine those with other punches to make combos. And for the double left hook, smooth and easy, which can turn into a triple or quadruple left hook. Build up the speed and power slowly, and soon he'll be a natural at it. These are different ways to use pad work to help make a better left hook. Let's go over the uppercut and how you can improve that punch using pad work. The key with the uppercut is placement and balance. Once that's in position, once that is solid, the power is going to come. The first thing that I want from my fighter is when he throws that uppercut is I don't want him leaning forward. In this case, we're going to look at the rear uppercut coming off the right hand. Same principles apply with the front. But off the rear, if he throws that uppercut and he lands it nice and flush and holds it right out there, right here, what I do not want is him leaning forward, because then he's transferring power into this punch, sort of kind of letting it fall forward. This shoulder and his whole body is like a lever. When he's back and he's rotating into that shot, this weight going back and this fulcrum here is creating power through the punch. So basically, back in position. The first thing I'm looking for is for him not to lean forward. Not only is it taking power away from his initial uppercut, but it's going to make it harder for him to land his ensuing shots, left hooks, or other punches that he'll be throwing with his left hand. He throws the uppercut, holds it. Again, nice balance. Back knee is bent, foot is pivoted. And here he has nice flush contact with the pad. It's almost like I could get a glass of water and hold it and balance it right there under the uppercut. And his elbows are in. So back. The way I use the uppercut initially, I'm looking to make sure that he rotates. I might touch him right here on this left shoulder just to remind him to rotate that as he goes, sort of a reminder. He uppercuts, and then again I touch him right there. He uppercuts. That kind of lets him know I want that shoulder going away from me when he throws it, just sort of like a little cue. He throws it and holds it. Again, I want this nice flush contact, and that's what I'm looking for. The minute I see him hitting on the edge or hitting on the edge, I know that I have to adjust it. Next aspect of the uppercut, and this is where most people have a hard time, is he's got to make sure to bring that elbow up the center line. If he doesn't, let's say he throws an uppercut that comes on a diagonal, he's going to hit my elbow, he's going to get blocked. What I want him to do is come right up the middle. He goes easy, boom, and he can get right in the middle. See how much this elbow is in line with his center line, allows him to come right up the middle. So from here, what I'll do often is I'll hold that opposite arm right to me as a guard to give him sort of a gauge of where to go between. Same with if I was to do it on this side. So here I hold the pad, he throws the right uppercut, and he's cautious and making sure to place that uppercut right up the middle. I don't have to go chasing elbows in this case. I'm just gonna hold that position here. The rotation and everything all becomes part of it. On the left side, same thing. He throws the uppercut and he drives it right up. Now, you see what he's doing, which is also another thing that I want. If a fighter has time, he can drop that shoulder a bit to get a little more power. If you're close and quick on the inside, he doesn't need to drop so much. He throws the uppercut, boom. He'll just drive that uppercut up. Right hand uppercut, he'll just spin into the shot. But from far, or if he's out on an angle, I can get him to drop that shoulder down. He drops it down just a little bit and drive it up. Again, it all depends on the time and the position and the setup. Let's say he throws a jab first. Boom, this is what's buying him time. Holds the jab out, and he drops that shoulder as he throws the jab. Drop that right shoulder, uppercut. Boom. So the jab is what buys you the time, sort of hides that shoulder drop. Okay, but back to fixing the technique. Flush contact. He throws it right up the middle, holds it. If I find that his elbow is still not in the center, I will make that adjustment for him just to remind him, sort of freeze him there, let him absorb that for a second, and then go back to throwing. Uppercut. 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 Left side uppercut. Left side uppercut. Drop the shoulder. Good. So, making sure that the fighter has good balanced position, good rotation, making sure that the elbow is in the center so that you get more leverage on that shot, better placement, and making sure that the contact is flush with the pad. All of these will make a cleaner, better uppercut, make him a better fighter, and allow him to connect the uppercut with his other punches in his combinations. We're going to go over two punches here, the overhand right and the shovel hook. How to use pad work to make sure the path of delivery is clean and to make sure that his balance is clean and ready to set up more shots. If I'm with my fighter here, the main goal of the overhand right is to come over top of my jab or come over top of my guard. If I'm here and I have my guard, he throws the overhand right in my chin, boom, he's coming over top. That's really all there is to it. If he takes a really wide arc with the overhand right, go throw a real wide one, it's unnecessary to throw all that. All he has to do is get past my guard. He'll throw it at my chin, bam, and come over top. It can be short range here, boom, or it can be long range. And he can even step that left foot in, bam, and come over top, like so. So initially, when I want to get him to throw the overhand right, I'm going to put sort of a little obstacle here, just for him to clear. He comes over, almost like a high jumper. As soon as he clears it, he torques it down and lands right on the pad. I may hold my pad on a little bit of an angle. This angle is similar to my chin, the side of my face. I hold the pad out, he throws, and drops it right down. It's not excessively wide, and the drop isn't excessively tight. He throws, he throws and holds it slow. See that elbow come up, and just that little bit of an arc there for him to come over. All the other rules apply. This hand up, watching his balance. The one key with the overhand right is the same thing like the right hand. I don't want him to lean too far forward. So I may go like this just to kind of keep him back, to remind him to keep his balance upright. I hold out the pad, he throws it, he holds it there, and here he is. He's in a nice solid position. He's come over the target and landed that shot correctly right here. The next punch that goes nicely with the overhand right is the shovel hook. I can work it individually with other punches or put them together. For the shovel hook, it's a very powerful punch. It's typically a body shot that hits the ribs. I want to simulate the angle that he will be hitting at, but I also want to keep a nice solid target. I'm going to take my right hand, bring it across, and my left hand underneath. It's going to support under my arm so he can put a little bit of juice into that shot. From there, typically, I want him to rotate his body and turn into the shot. I may go here and punch, he slips it, and he's in a good position, and he drives that shot. He goes, and then drives right up. Even if I just go here, and he's driving that shot right up. Slowly, and then hold it. So here he is. He's come up on a nice 45-degree angle, hitting flush into my ribs, shoulders, knees and hips, all pivoted into the shot, and that's exactly what I'm looking for, and a nice flush contact right here. Slowly, one more time. This gives me the ability to allow him to hit hard and keep me in a solid position. I go, I'm going to go with the slip, and he's able to dig. One more time. It also works nice with the overhand right. If he throws the overhand right, and we're able to work those two punches together. He goes overhand right, shovel hook, and then a left hook. Again. Bring that left hook up higher at the end. Overhand right. One more time. One more time. One more time. Good. So from here, the overhand right and the shovel hook, they work well together. Give your partner those gauges for him to go over top and a nice flush angle for him to come underneath, to hit those shots flush and be able to work them together in good position. We're going to work over some of the concepts of combinations. We're going to get into specific ones later for different styles. But right now, knowing some of the general concepts will help you and help your fighter to solidify their techniques as they flow through the combination. It's one thing to work on individual techniques, but as they start to connect them, you'll see mistakes and errors happen through the continuity of throwing more punches. Speed, fatigue, and throwing more punches is where you'll start to see mistakes, and you want to make sure that the fighter starts their combination correct early on so they don't get caught in the midst of the action. Okay, so to start off, I'm going to get my fighter to throw the 1-2. He throws the 1-2, throws the 1-2. I'm looking to make sure that this jab is coming back to the chin, and that also that when he's throwing the jab, let's say he holds the jab out, he's not loading this right hand or sort of cocking it back and firing. That's telegraphing it. So, and after he throws that right hand, goes 1-2 slow, bam, bam. I'm looking to make sure that this jab is coming back nicely. So this is a basic combination. I'm looking to make sure that he's not rolling his hands, that he's not loading that right hand, and that he's bringing his jab back. 1-2. 1, 2. Let's say he adds the left hook. 1, 2, 3. That hand, I want that hand to come off the chin. So when I have the 2 here, and this is a common mistake that a lot of guys make. Let's say you go 1, 2, hold it. I don't want to see this left hand down here loading from there. It's got to come right off the chin. And in the heat of the action, a lot of guys, even the pros, are going to drop that hand down. And these are the kinks that you're trying to work out. 1, 2, 3. Good. 1, 2, 3. See how John is keeping that left hand up high even when the right hand is being thrown? Everything is being delivered off his chin. Technically, he's flawless right now. What I want to try to do is push the speed a little bit and see at what point he starts to break down. And then I'm going to hover around that speed. Not so hard and fast that he's breaking down, but not so easy that he's not pushing himself. So slowly at first, 1, 2, 3, 2. Faster. Go. Keep that left hand to the chin. Left hand to the chin. Nice. Faster again. Faster again. So you see, as I'm picking up the speed, I only saw one little mistake early with that left hand dropping. Everything else is pretty tight, and this is the way I want to keep it. Let's say I go on to the next combination. Uppercut, left hook, right hand. I want to make sure that he's also working in the same distance. Not here, a long uppercut, and then a short left hook that I'm trying to chase, and a right hand. So I'm keeping the distance correct and also checking his hands. Uppercut, left hook, right hand. A little faster, a little faster. Now I want that right hand to come right back to the chin on the left hook. So go slowly uppercut, left hook. And I want that right, I want that right hand right there. Ready, go. Feel that right hand on the chin. Yes, go again. Good. So now he's tight. I tightened up just that little opening on the right side. So what you got to do with combinations, push the speed of your fighter. Start to see where the flaws are, because in the heat of the action, that's when they're going to come out. And then you can start to correct them while working with your fighter through speed and continuity. In this section, I want to go over a quarter turn drill. Quarter turns are one of the best ways to get to safety after you've thrown your combination. And this is basically a very fundamental drill that I work with my coach early in boxing to get you in that sort of habit. There's no better way to work a technique than to drill it and to work it through repetition. With pads, I'm going to show you how to work that together. Very simple. So I'm with my partner right here. Easy enough. I want them to work in opposite rotations right now. So he throws a left hook, he throws a right hand, and see how he's turned this way to throw the right hand? Now I want him to spin out. He spins out. And I spin with him this way. So we go back. Left hook, right hand, spin. Boom. Now a little more pivot on that right foot back there just to emphasize the coming through, and then the spin. Left, right, spin. Right through. Now, when I'm here, I don't want this to stop. I want him to spin back. So I go right hand, left hook, and then he spins back. Boom. And for me, it really doesn't matter how my technique is. I can just be walking around holding the pads, but I want him to be doing a proper quarter turn, something that you will learn and I cover in other videos. Here, we're just drilling the technique. Left hook, right hand, spin. Right hand, left hook, spin. Left hook, right hand, spin. Right hand, left hook, spin. Left hook, right hand, spin. Right hand, left hook, spin. Left hook, right hand, spin. Right hand, left hook, spin. Left hook, right hand, spin. Right hook, left. Boom. Okay, so you see what I'm working with? Just to get him in the habit of turning. I can even add some punches to come at him just to make it a little bit more realistic. So left hook, right hand, and I fire. What I want him to do is bring his guard up after. Left hook, right hand, boom, and turn out. Left hook, right hand, turn, and see how he blocks right there. One more time. Left hook, right hand, boom. Now, on this side, right hand, left hook. He brings his guard up and steps through. Let's go again. Right hand, left hook. boom, and I step right through with my shot. Here we go, left hook, right hand, and boom, and he's evading that shot. Okay, so that's the basic quarter turn drill. Now we're gonna add it with a little slip. The slip buys you time in case you're tight in the pocket and you wanna be a little bit safer. It's the opposite though. Right hand, left hook, he slips, misses that shot. Now he's in a perfect position to pivot out, and he pivots out. Then from here, left hook, right hand, left, right, slip, step through. Right hand, left hook, slip, and pivot. Left hook, right hand, pivot. Right hand, left hook, left hook, right hand. And see how he's working that slip right away. One more time, right hand, left hook, and turn. Left hook, right hand, and I'm working through with them. So here are two nice drills that you can do to work the pads to get your fighter in the habit of turning after their combo. You work the punch, then you do the turn. You can do it with or without the slip, depending on what kind of safety you need, also depending on what kind of style your fighter is. If your fighter is a taller outside fighter, you probably don't need the slip. If they're deep on the inside all the time, you might want to get them to slip so that they can stay in tight in the pocket. Work this drill to teach your fighter how to work quarter turns, long range and short inside the pocket. So sometimes you'll get to the point where you have a fighter who's very developed, they're fast, maybe tall with long range, and it's a lot of work for you to be using the pads to simulate the sort of speed that they're going to see when fighting their opponent. So I've made these and I've used these for a while, or at least something similar, which is going to help you pressure them a little bit more and take a little bit of the pressure off you as the coach, especially if their skill level is higher and you're maybe not at your peak. You could buy a dowel at the store, hardware store, for about $8, this piece of wood, and chop it up. I chopped it down to maybe like about 1.5 feet. Then you could take a pool noodle, which is about $5. You can buy that pretty much at any sporting goods store, and chop it up and adjust the distance to how you like. Maybe the first time you don't make it exactly, but the idea is just to create like a nice soft attacking weapon here that when you hit your partner or your opponent, they feel it, but if they make a mistake and don't block and you actually make contact, it's not going to really have much of an impact. So here, in this case, what I want to do in this drill is go freestyle without any worry and get my partner, my fighter, in a relaxed state while working defensive moves. So here I am moving around. I might dig to the body and they're going to dig. I dig to the body and they're going to dig. I dig right here. I come up to the head, and they start to pick up on the cues. And now what I'm going to start to do is go a little bit more freestyle, not really let them know what I'm going to throw, but they'll pick up on the cues. And again, if it makes contact with them, there really isn't much of a consequence. They just start to get to the speed, and it takes the pressure off me having to use the pads to always swat at my fighter. So we're moving. Okay, so as you can see, this is a very effective tool. There aren't really any consequences to hitting them. If they get caught, it sort of teaches them, and also takes a little bit of the pressure and work off me and gets me to work. Because of the wrist flexibility, I can throw a shot that's at a much faster pace. If I want to give them a cue, I can do a nice opening like this. Or if I want to keep it tight, just go straight at it. You decide based on how fast your fighter's reacting. The goal is to get them to feel comfortable seeing shots coming so that they can start to read shots and read punchlines and develop their defensive reaction and their speed. So this is a drill that my coach used to do a lot with me, often just before a fight, so in the dressing room or whatever, to get me used to the feel of moving, slipping and moving, ducking and moving and turning, almost sort of just kind of give me a mental simulation of how he wants me to move so that I'm not standing straight in front of my opponent. So in this case, we're going to do this drill. Most of the slipping will be to the outside. So for example, if I walk through with the right hand, my opponent's going to slip and go to the outside, because in this drill, we're trying to keep safe. I want to feed the techniques early, guide them so that he knows and picks up on the cue. So here, he's going to duck and move through. The goal of my fighter is not really to stand still at any point. If he's standing still, he'll maybe be rocking, and then I'm going to come through with each technique. So I'm going to go over a quick demo of it right now so you can see how it goes down. If any mistakes are made, let's say there's a cue that my fighter doesn't pick up on, I try to make him move one way in and then he has a hesitation, then what I will do is I'll do that same move a few times in a row to reinforce it. So this way that I'm developing the comfort with that motion. Okay, so here we go. We'll just go for a minute flowing through. Just getting him used to turning and moving and seeing stuff coming. Just get him used to that sort of thing. Ducking, maybe I'll go at him again. A lot of times guys will turn and try to pressure you like so. And you can start to see a pattern. Here, yeah, and I'll hook on him and try to press him a little bit, get him to come right into me, slipping. That's right, keep it tight. Boom, I'll turn, maybe try to catch him like so. Turning, just trying to, get him flowing, but maybe put a little bit of pressure on there. See, I'm seeing if I can try to get him a little bit. But if I see him go like that, I'll do a few in a row. Okay, just to try to get him moving with the flow. Ah, nice. That's it. Maybe I'll put a little bit of pressure on him. Boom. So, right here in this drill, basically, what I'm going to do is work a slip. He steps through with it. That's one of them. A right side slip. He steps through with it. All I'm doing is just walking. A duck here. A duck here. Sometimes I might want to tap him as he's stepping through just to make him feel that there's pressure on him. This drill in general, just to get a reactive sense of movement from your fighter, keep him moving him, to let him know that at no point he should be standing still, develop his reaction and his sensitivity to distance. In this section, we're going to start to work slipping drills, similar to a peekaboo style in this case. We are starting to get into the style aspect of pad work, which is what I think separates average or basic pad work from the more advanced stuff. You're going to be working style, not just tactics, but style with motion. And this is where you as the pad holder have to elevate your game in presenting to your fighter with pads the type of situations that they will face. So right now, we're not looking at specific combos, but we're looking at the drills. The most common thing that a shorter inside fighter is gonna face is longer reach that they have to get past. The way they have to get past that usually is moving their head and stepping into their opponent. So these drills get that sort of stuff going. The the first thing that I want to do is get my fighter moving their head while slipping. And for that, I have to be prepared to move back so that I can simulate an opponent who will be punching while moving back. So, first case scenario, I don't have to move to start. I throw the right hand, my partner slips to the left. Boom, okay? Now he can do that and take a little step with his left foot. Boom. And here we go. Now, in this next case, I'm gonna move back because he's closed the ground a little bit. He steps back. As he steps in with that left foot, he's gotten close to me. Whew, I don't like that. So he's got his eyes right on me, looking into me. I'm gonna step back again. He's gonna slip to the right side. I step back, he slips because he's moving forward. He's got his game plan. Good stuff. Same thing again, just slip left, slip right. Go. There. Now he's moving towards me. One more time, slip left, slip right. Boom, boom. If you watch my feet in this case, I'm back and back and back, moving the way an outside fighter is going to move against the guy trying to get on the inside. So if we do this continuously in a drill, it's going to go like this. Slip, 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 slip. Okay? And that's the basic idea of what I want to do using motion together with head movement. This is the first drill. We'll go through it again. Slip, slip, slip. See how I'm moving back? Slip, 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 slip. And your fighter, depending on how aggressive your fighter is and how tall and short they are, they will move differently. You might want to encourage them to move in deeper, or it all depends on what sort of distance you're trying to create with the style that you're developing for this fighter. So we'll go one more time. Slip, 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 slip. Next thing is to add the duck, so that's a little more realistic. Slip, slip, duck. I go slip, slip, and right away, duck, right in there. Okay, let's go back again. Slip, slip, duck. Okay, now I'm gonna go the other hand. Left, slip, slip, duck. And see how my fighter is constantly moving into me, pressing me. Other side, slip, slip, duck, and go back. You're not always gonna be able to slip punches. You're gonna have to slip and duck them as well. This is still just a drill. It doesn't have to be that they slip, slip, and duck in that order. It's a drill to develop continuous slipping, continuous ducking with slipping, and to be able to work them interchangeably, the action and results happening in the sparring, just so you keep that in mind. So again, slip, slip, duck, slip, slip, duck, slip, slip, duck, slip, slip, duck, and hop back. One more time. Slip, slip, duck, slip, slip, duck, slip, slip, duck. Okay, so we've got our fighter working with head movement, working with slipping, and working with ducking. Now we're gonna add some punches in there because we wanna get this fighter in the habit of making them miss, making them pay. When the outside fighter misses the shot that my guy is slipping, I want him to fire right away. So we'll start with a 2-3. We'll keep it simple. 2-3, boom, boom, slip. Okay. Then 3-2. Now notice how I'm moving back. Let's go again. Again, I'm trying to create that whole scenario. 2-3, and I'm moving back, which is drawing him in. Again, it's the habit that we developed in the first section of the video, distance. He goes 3-2, slip, and I'm moving out. 2-3, and you watch my feet, I'm slowly shuffling back. 3-2, as he's moving in. Hop your way back. Now you could throw 4 punches, or you could throw 3 punches, or 1 punch, whatever you want to do. In this drill format, I sort of like a 2-punch, 1 slip setup. I still want more offense than head movement, and this is how we're building it. 2-3 slip, 3-2 slip. Good, let's go continuous for 1 go. Go. Good, and a little bit faster, 1 last time. Nice work. Okay, so work these drills to start to get your inside fighter, your peekaboo style fighter, into their habits, the habits that you want to create for them. And that is working their style and working motion. If they're an outside fighter or a rangier fighter, you still might want to use these techniques to develop different aspects of their game. But these drills right here are the beginning of working on style and strategy, which is really what takes intermediate pad work to the advanced level. So now we're going to get into the specific combos for each of the different styles. We're going to look at pressure fighters, guys who need to get inside and move inside. We're going to look at inside fighters, guys who once are on the inside want to stay there and work. And we're also going to look at outside fighters, guys who are always trying to keep their range on the outside. So for right now, we're going to work on the pressure fighters. These different sections can all intertwine if you are more complete. Maybe you like to come in and work and then fight on the outside if you have a complete system. In this case, we're going to go over the stuff that gets you on the inside that's more specific than the drills that we just did. So in this case, remember, the inside fighter is trying to get past long-range shots. Usually those are the jab or the right hand. So as the pad holder, not only do I want to create the combo and enable my fighter to work his style, but I want to throw the counter shots and scenarios that he's likely to face. Likely to face counter right hands, counter jabs. So in this first example, not only is he going to be coming into me, but he's going to be slipping. For the first part of this combo, my fighter is going to throw the jab and then he's going to slip to the outside. So he jabs and slips to the outside and he's avoiding this shot. I don't want him just hanging there or as if that's the end, so he's going to throw a left hook after that. Left hook, boom, okay? So we go again, jab, slips to the outside, left hook. Now, there are different ways that you can go. He could be slipping inside, ducking, and we're going to get to those in different combos. In this case, I want him slipping to the outside again. I want him working that right side of the opponent. If it's a weak side, that's where I want a lot of the pressure to be. So he's going to go jab, slip to the outside, left hook, slip to the outside. So ready, go. And there he is again. Then left hook, right hand. Nice. And then back. So we're going to go over that slowly. Jab, and see him stepping in. He slips. He throws a left hook. Now, I move out of the way as the taller fighter. And he slips, and he's ready again with a little step. Then he's going to come forward with a left hook right hand and keep that pressure on. If you notice, by the time this combo is done, I've gone from here to over there. Not only has he attacked me, but he's built in the defense as well with the evasive head movement. So let's go slowly again. Jab, slip, left hook, slip, left hook, right hand. And one more time. A little bit faster. Power that right hand at the end. Nice, one more time. Okay, so go over that combo. We did it slowly earlier on. This is to get the fighter moving forward with head movement. We're going to go on to the next combo. We're going to cover 3 of them. Often you want to move your head right away on the jab. As you throw that jab, the opponent is throwing his jab. In this case, as the pad holder, I'm holding the pad here. He throws the jab and slips down at the same time. He goes, boom. And I throw my jab over top as the taller fighter. Often in this case, you reset. I'm the outside fighter. He throws the jab, slips, and I'm throwing my jab. He's going to slip it and contact with me. The overhand right that we discussed earlier, this is where it comes in handy. He comes over top, overhand right, boom. My pad is right there. The shovel hook that sets up nicely off of this, I bring it around, boom. Now, he's starting to work. This is where he might face a counter. First, he's going to throw the left hook, ducks under, and throws another left hook. So in this combo, this inside working combo, we factored in, he might face an onslaught, punches as he's coming in. That's where the slip jab comes in. He gets his chance to work, but he's not going to stay there all day just throwing inside the pocket. He moves his head again with a duck and comes around with another left hook. So let's go over that slowly. Slip jab, boom, overhand right, shovel hook, left hook and duck, and left hook again. One more time, smooth, medium speed. Good. And after that shovel hook, I want him to recoil the body a bit to get some power on that initial left hook. Nice. And one more time. We're gonna break it down really slow. Slip, pop, overhand right, shovel hook. He recoils to get a good left hook and flows with a duck and comes around. Okay, so this is another combo that deals with throwing, but getting ready for stuff coming back at the same time. Working the body head, going down low and coming up top. Not abandoning the head movement as he ducks and still throws offense. One more time, we'll go through it. Ready, go. Good recoil on the left hook. Good stuff, one more time. Good stuff. Okay, last combo. I don't always want my inside fighter working right in the center or working to the outside. Why? Because it gets predictable. If a guy figures out that you're always doing the same stuff, moving the same way, even though it may be dangerous and effective, he can adapt and start to figure it out. I also want to have options where my fighter moves to the outside, and I want to get the pad work that simulates that. In this case, my fighter is going to skate to the outside after throwing a right hand and attack again. So he throws a 1-2 and then skates to the outside. There. Now he's created an angle on me, and look what I've done. I've thrown the pad to simulate that he's got the proper angle. I have to turn like my opponent would do. He throws a right hand, left hook, and I still want to keep his head moving. He ducks. Boom. On that final duck, he can take a step out to get a final angle if he wants. So this case, we're moving to the right side. Let's go again. 1-2, then skate and pause. He's got the angle. He throws the 2-3, then ducks. And he steps out like so. Let's go again one more time. Smooth flow. And he's ready to throw another shot if he needs to. Let's go full speed right through. Nice. One more time. Good. So as you can see here, 3 different combos that work the style of pressure fighting, getting inside. I, as the pad holder, am not just holding pads. I'm moving. I'm throwing the countering offense. I'm turning with the angles. I'm pressing him to try to make those angles and dictating the scenario. And this is the kind of stuff that you need to do to help develop an inside pressure fighter, work the movement, make sure that he's doing his head movement, and staying busy while he's on the inside. Okay, you may be working with a type of fighter who is an inside aggressive fighter. Some examples of these are Winky Wright, Mickey Ward, Juan Baby Bull Diaz, and these are the kind of guys that are high volume punchers. They like to get inside with a high guard, continue to work. It's not necessarily angles and head movement and all that kind of stuff. So if you want to develop this kind of a style, here are some examples. You know they're going to be inside the pocket. They're going to have to defend and work from there. So some basic inside combos to work with, high volume punching combos, body, head, and different angles. Right hook to the body, left hook to the body. Right hook to the head, left hook to the head. Now he's worked the outside, he's gonna come up the middle, uppercut. He's come up the middle, he's gonna come to the outside, left hook. Then a short overhand right, dropping down. So here we're working body, head, we're working all kinds of different angles, and it's high volume punching. So let's go through that medium speed. Body, head, uppercut, left hook, drop it down. A little bit quicker. Nice and tight. Good, again. Good. And as soon as my fighter's done, I may want to check him to give him the feel for what's going to be coming right back at him. One more time. And I'll just come and attack him right back. So this is one example of a good inside combo to work with. Another one is to come wide around the outside, come up the middle, and then come across. You're working different angles with the punches. So you set up an overhand right, boom, he throws it, he comes with a shovel hook, boom, dig in the body, comes up top with a left hook, comes down with a body shot, recoils that into an uppercut on the same side, which is a little bit Tyson-esque. Not everybody does it, but it can throw guys off. When you tighten up, he throws that right hook to my body, tightens me up right down here, then comes with the uppercut right after. He often has a nice opening setup. Okay, so let's go over that again. Overhand right, shovel hook, left hook, hook body, recoil, and uppercut right away. Over, under, left, hook, recoil. There. A little bit faster, go. Again. Good. Again. Good. So in here, just working on the inside, again, depending on your fighter, their speed and their skill level, you'll build it up as fast as you can, as long as the technique stays solid. Okay, so those are two specific combos. Now we're gonna work on countering on the inside, because usually when you're on the inside, you don't have the luxury of seeing a whole bunch of punches coming. You don't have the luxury of moving your head all around. You have to work with feel and counters. The first one is your basic opposite side counter. I throw a right shot, he blocks it. He turns his body and blocks it solid. Brings that hand up, comes right back, brings that hand up. Boom, he's loaded for that right hand. He throws the right hand, left hook. Those are his counters. He's tight on the inside, blocks the shot, counter, boom, boom. Tight on the inside, blocks the shot. These sort of blocks and these moves are covered in my defense and counter punching, specifically if you want to know how to do them. But as the pad holder, as the coach, you'll be able to teach and reinforce those moves. He brings his hand high on the left side to block, counter, boom, boom. Again, and this is all tight. It can happen from here, go. Quick counter. Same thing with the left side. Left hook, he blocks it. Left hook, right hand. Again, he's bringing the hand up on the side to block the left hook. Again. Now, if I want to go flow continuous, I go right hand, he throws two punches. I go left hook, he throws two punches. I go right hand, he throws two punches. I go left hook, he throws two punches. And this way I can sort of create a drill of it, working on the inside. Right hand, pop, pop, left hook, pop, pop, right hand, pop, pop, and so on. Now, once we get onto the inside, they're same side counters. It's working the body and working upstairs. I go to the body, he digs. He's blocked me, he's loaded that right hand, boom, left hook follows. I dig, I slap him. This is countering on the inside, specific ways, specific situations that happen a lot. I dig. I dig. Other side, slow, I dig. He's loaded. Counter. Now that counter could be a left hook, depending on your fighter. Left hook, but in this case, we'll stick with the uppercut. I dig. Counter. I dig. I dig. And that's countering off the body. Same side counter means I hit, and off that same side, he's gonna throw the counter shot. Upstairs, the same side counter is a little bit different. He's got his hands high. This is sort of a winky right, Mickey Ward kind of style. He's peering at me through his gloves. This is a lot of the time where he's got to go by feel. Oftentimes, if he just stays there, he's taking a beating, but he wants to be there because he knows he's going to take a few shots in order to give me some back. So you go by feel in this drill. I'm going to hit, tap, tap. He feels that shot hit, throws the right hand, left hook. Again, tap, tap. As soon as he feels that, he lets that shot fire. It's all reaction on the inside. You don't have time to see everything coming. You got to go by feel. Again. Again. Last side. On the other side, I work right, left, counter, boom. And I want that counter short. I don't want him throwing a big wide left hook. As soon as he feels it, he knows I'm right there. Left, right. Left, right. Left, right. Left, right. Okay, so these are different ways that you can work with a fighter on the inside. We've got specific inside combos, high volume. You've got opposite side counters where he blocks and turns and comes back into you. Digging to the body, same side counters. You can all mix and interchange these as well. And same side counters on the top where he's going to hold his position, feel the shot, react off the field so he can get a quick counter. And this is the sort of style and sort of movements you want to work with fighters who you're trying to get to be busy on the inside. So when working with fighters who are outside fighters, we're going to get into specific drills and combos that you'll be using or that you'll want to use. Again, it's the opposite with the inside fighter or the fighter who's trying to pressure. You want to give them the experience of moving back and maximizing their range. Simply because the outside fighter can hit a shorter fighter from further out, and they want to maximize that range so they can always stay in contact without having to get hit themselves. It's a bit of a game of catch, a game of distance. So to start off with, the most common shots that are going to be coming at any fighter, the jab or the straight right hand, especially the jab, which usually sets up combos for the shorter fighter. I want to get him used to not only moving back, but firing counters, and I want to create the movement forward so we can feel what it's like to have that inside fighter coming at him. So in the first case, I'm going to throw a jab, he's going to catch that jab, and he's going to jab me back as well, but he's going to do that while stepping back to create range. As I step in, he's going to regain his ground. So in slow motion, I go, he steps, and he counters. Comes back in, he goes, steps, and counters. He goes, steps, and counters. Now, if I want, I can do 2 of these in a row as a simple drill. So catch, counter, catch, counter, catch, counter, catch, counter, catch, counter. And I'm just working that drill. If I want, I can get him to catch and go back with 2 jabs. As long as me as the pad holder, it's my job to try to time it right. So catch, but with 2 jabs, both moving back. Catch, jab, jab. Catch, jab, jab. Catch, jab, jab. So again, we're working for the outside fighter, move back and create angles. He can be moving straight back or to the outside. Same thing with this right hand. He's going to move, catch with the right hand and throw a right hand counter. He steps back, catch, throws the right hand. He steps back, throws the right hand. He steps back, throws the right hand. So these are ways that he can counter the jab moving back. Next, we're going to get into the basic drills. There are 2 basic drills, and then we're going to work 2 combos to show you off on angles. The first drill is just to teach my fighter how to move back punching while walking. He's going to step back, throw the right hand, step back with the right foot, and he's going to continue. It's my job as the pad holder to create this motion and movement for him so that he has a target. He steps back, left hook, go. And then hop back. Stepping back. And this is just to get him comfortable moving back and firing at the same time. Classic of what an outside fighter needs. Go. Good. Now, I don't always want him squared off like that. So in this case, he's going to throw the right hand, left hook, then a right hand. Ready, go. And then we'll keep going all the way to the end. Ready, go. Nice. Do 2 in a row. Go. Yes. One more time. Good. So now to get into specific combos, the check left hook is one that is very effective for the outside fighter. It's very hard once someone coming forward throws that right hand for them to move to the right. So I'm going to try to get him to move to my right to sort of create that safety. In this case, he's going to throw 3 check left hooks, moving out on an angle. We'll do it really slow, and then finish with a right hand. Let's do it really slow. Check left hook, check left hook, check left hook, right hand. Slow again. Check, 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 boom. And again, I'm looking at all the positional stuff that we did earlier. Ready to go. Check, 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 boom. And now, continuous medium speed. Go. Check, check, check. Good. Now full speed, ready, go. Good, turn that body into those hooks. Go. One more time. Good. So, outside fighting. We've done the moving back, getting him to move out to an angle on the left. We got an angle to the right to go. We're gonna throw the right hand. I want my fighter to hop back and throw that right hand. I'm gonna move into him. So, as I come into him, he hops back. Boom, throws the right hand, comes in again. As he goes back, and as the pad holder, as the coach, I've got to know the pressure movement, which is a hop forward. He hops back, he goes again, one more time, and hopping back to that angle on the right. One more time as well, let's go. go, go. Nice. Okay, so for outside fighting, as the pad holder, work your fighter moving back. Work them doing opposite punches. Get them used to moving back while dealing with the jab and countering it. Get them used to throwing counters as they fade out on the angle to their left. Get them used to working counters fading out this way on the right. It's all about controlling distance, punching while moving backwards, and creating angles. We're going to go over some combos specific to southpaws. Now, all the other information that we've used applies to southpaws, but the starts and the finishes of some of the combos will be a bit different. So here are a few ways to start, or a few different things unique to southpaw that you can apply and still mix in with some of the stuff that we did earlier for outside fighters or inside fighters. Just some unique situations. As a pad holder, you can switch to southpaw if you want, if you feel more comfortable, or stay in orthodox to simulate the orthodox opponent that your southpaw fighter is going to face. One of the best, most practical counters for a southpaw is to counter that same side jab. So if my opponent is southpaw and he has his hand out, we're often in a war of who's going to be on top, a positional war. So if he can knock this hand down, or if I commit to a jab and he can knock it down, he can really nail me with a good shot. So from here, I'm an orthodox, but everything is switched. So I'm going to go at him with a jab. He's going to knock it down and counter with a jab of his own. Let's just start with that. I go jab, and he knocks it down and counters. Knocks it down and counters. And he knocks it down and counters. Now, that jab has really just, in real, if he was to hit me on the face, he knocks down the jab, tags me. He's offset my equilibrium. Now he has a whole opening. Bam. Okay, so in this situation, sometimes I don't mind him, if I have a chest protector, him hitting my body just to work out the realism of the scenario. So he knocks down the jab, throws the jab, then throws the left hand straight at my body. Goes again, goes again, goes again, a little harder. Okay, so this is a nice way to work with the southpaw. Not everybody does. It's something that you have to get used to, and this is a great way to get things started. Another thing that the southpaw has the advantage of is if they get that right foot outside the left foot, they can set up for an uppercut to come right up the middle on the outside. And the way that you set it up is a classic 1-1-2. One of the most popular combos used by southpaws, Pernell Whitaker, Pacquiao, they're all using the jab, the double jab, straight left hand. So in this case, slowly, he's going to go double jab here, pop, pop. While he's doing that, he's trying to gain ground. Even when he throws that left, he's trying to get in deep. Now, he's set up nice and deep. Right here, he comes with a right uppercut, right underneath. And you'll see Pacquiao do this quite a bit in his fights. Hop back, we'll go medium speed, jab, jab, straight left, right uppercut. Good. And put it all together, 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Good. Now, even if I don't move back too much, he's going to come in deep and really catch me. Slowly, he's going to come under that arm, whether I have my guard there or not. So jab slowly, right hand, bam, he's catching me right underneath. Okay, so that's another nice combo for southpaws. Another practical combo that is very effective is just a step back and a straight left hand for southpaws. Typically because the orthodox fighter, once they throw that right hand, they're locked down. They have a hard time moving. They usually have to duck out or slip out in order to get the safety. So the southpaw is going to take advantage of that. He's going to cover with a straight pop back and counter with the left hand. So first I throw 1-2, he's just going to step back and cover. I go 1-2, boom, boom, he covers. Right there, I've thrown my shot. He's going to counter, bam, straight left, right to the face. Realistically, if I go, let's go slow, you step back and cover, boom, boom, bam, he's going to tag me right there. So let's go with the pad, pop back, there it is. One little step back, nice. One little step back, good. Step back. So as the pad holder, I'm also simulating the fighter, the basic 1-2 attack and holding the pads. trying to create the scenario for the southpaw fighter. One more time, he steps back and counters, and whatever you want to add to that combo, you can. Another unique tactic for the last combo is something that Rigondo uses a lot. When an orthodox fighter is facing you this way, their center of their body, their solar plexus, is facing a lead left hand that can come straight on. If it comes into a hook, let's say he throws a left hook straight to the body, my body is basically running right into that shot unless I turn it like this. So, simply enough, he's going to use the jab to keep me busy up top and dig with a left hook that digs into the body in my orthodox stance and then spin out. So here he goes. He throws the jab, steps in, and hooks that, and then turns out. After you throw that shot, let's go for the jab and then just hold the left hook. Jab, hold the left hook there. He's dug that shot deep. He could, if he wanted to, spin out or come up top. He spins out. Okay. Again, really slowly. Jab, boom. Get down low, dig a little bit harder. Okay, and this is a nice tactic you can use as a pad holder to set up a practical combo for the southpaw. One more time. And he turns out. The southpaw is often spinning and quarter turning to the opposite way, the quarter turn drill that we did earlier. So with southpaws, work on the different tactics. Some of the concepts can still be the same like we did earlier. Inside fighting, outside fighting, pressure fighting. But keep in mind that they often start differently and will finish differently. So try to work these examples and other tactics that you know. Adjust your pad work so that the southpaw can incorporate that into their style, facing what they'll usually face, which is an orthodox fighter. So this is a quick drill that you can work with your fighter. Ideally it's for the inside fighter, but it really can be for anybody. It's the sort of inside switch footwork. I covered this in my footwork video. As the pad holder, there really isn't much work involved, but you do have to keep your eye on the technique of your fighter to make sure that they're dipping and working their feet right. In this drill, it's okay if the feet come closer together because I'm trying to work a perfectly even drill. It's not like in a real fight scenario where they'll just pick one side. So what I really want is for my fighter to dig uppercuts and be able to switch sides. What's important is that when they're loading the uppercut, they're dropping the shoulder and getting power into their shot for both directions when they throw those uppercuts. So here, let's go slowly. He's going to start with a right uppercut. He switches, throws the left uppercut, and then boom, holds right there. Okay, I'll get you back to center to start. When he switches this way, before you throw, I want him to dip that shoulder. So switch and then freeze. Boom. There, I've got him right there. I want to make sure that this is nicely loaded so that his body starts to flow with the drill. He throws the uppercut, switches back, switches back, switches back. Now, right here, I'm just getting him to go back and forth, working this inside switch drill. There isn't much work on my end, but I am checking out his position to make sure he's solid. I want to be in control of him and freeze him at any time. He switches, uppercut, boom, he's right there. He switches, freeze. If I want to get on top of him, throw it, switches, freeze, uppercut, just to make sure that I control his position and his balance and he's solid in every angle. Let's just go for 10 seconds, full all out. Go. Nice work. So there you have it, just a nice inside switch drill. You can move a little bit to force your fighter to move, create the angle, make sure he's dropping his shoulder, getting a nice rhythm, and making clean contact with that uppercut. So that right there is a combo very similar to Floyd Mayweather Sr. style pad work. It's a little different from the Roger Mayweather more continuous flow. This is sort of a continuous flow in a shorter segment. Now for you Mayweather pad work junkies, we've added these sections in here. We talk about the conditioning and the continuity aspect of pad work so that your fighter gets a higher work rate, more punches, more techniques in less time. Also, so they get in the habits of working defense and offense together in continuum so the brain starts to link things together and keep busy. So right now, you've seen it fast. Right now, we're gonna break it down slow. This is something that you'll wanna rewind and watch a bunch of times. I'll break it down into little segments so that you can sort of get it in your head. Rewind it, work it piece by piece with your partner, okay? So the first part is a left hook, a left uppercut, and a left hook. So he goes boom, boom, boom. In this set, it's one of the only cases where there's a left hook going to a same side pad. So he goes again, left hook, left uppercut, left hook. Now, for the rest of the segment, you're gonna see a 2-3-2, a right hand, left hook, right hand, followed by some sort of defensive maneuver. It actually repeats itself. Once you get into this habit, you're gonna see that it's easy to follow as he goes along. So, one more time, left hook, left uppercut, left hook, then 2-3-2, bomb, bomb, bomb. Then it's a block of my right hand, block. That's the first section. One more time, uppercut, left hook, 2-3-2, block. Then the next segment is 2-3-2, shoulder roll. So right from there, he has that block up. Then 2-3-2, shoulder roll. That's the next segment. So let's go slowly in segments. Left uppercut, let's go again. Left hook, left uppercut, left hook, 2-3-2, block, pause. 2-3-2, shoulder roll, shoulder roll. So that's the section 2. The third section is going to be 2-3-2, same punching, slip, slip, duck. So slowly, 2-3-2, slip. He slips to his right, my left hand. Slip, he slips to his left, duck. Okay, and that's the third section. Basically, it's 2-3-2 with counters. One more time, left hook, left uppercut, left hook, 2-3-2, block. 2-3-2, shoulder roll. 2-3-2, slip to his right, slip to his left, under. 2-3-2, snap back. 2-3-2, then you're gonna finish with 3 fast jabs. Jab, jab, jab. Floyd Mayweather Sr. always likes to finish with fast jabs. So we got those sections. We'll go through it a couple more times. Just rewind the video and watch it through slowly. When you're working with your partner, build it up in segments. You don't have to get it all in one shot. Left hook, left uppercut, left hook, pause. That's the first section. 2-3-2, block. That's the second section. 2-3-2, shoulder roll. That's the third section. 2-3-2, slip. It's my left hand. He's slipping to his right. Slip, under. 2-3-2, he snaps back. I just throw a jab. 2-3-2, jab, jab, jab. One more time. Left hook, left uppercut, left hook. 2-3-2, he blocks. I simulate the attack. 2-3-2, he shoulder rolls. 2-3-2, slip, slip, under. 2-3-2, he snaps back, a jab. 2-3-2, jab, jab, jab. Okay, so work this in stages and sections. It's gonna give you a little bit higher of a work rate. Once you get that chemistry and rhythm with your partner going, they're gonna be able to work a lot harder at a lot higher pace, and that's where the value is in all this. Also in the habits of blocking and slipping and moving after all these counter shots. Watch this over and over again, build it in the sections, and you're gonna find that adds more flow and a higher work rate to your pad work. Okay, so that right there is an example of Roger Mayweather pad work, a continuous flow. Now, this is not exactly like all the patterns he does. There are a number of different ones he does behind the back, working with different ducks, snapbacks, and head movements. If you were to watch, let's say, a full half hour of footage, you'd be able to get different segments. So in this drill, we've broken down some of the more common segments. What we're gonna do is go through it slowly a couple times, show you where it repeats itself, just for the sake of, time and efficiency with this video. Rewind the video and we'll go through it. You go through it a bunch of times in order to get this routine down. This kind of routine is for work rate and flow and working reaction off of different positions. Again, I don't advocate only this type of pad work, but for you Mayweather junkies and for those of you guys who like a higher work rate, this is one way definitely to go to supplement all the other pad work that you're doing. So I'm gonna break it down by sections. You'll very slowly, nice and easy, you'll see what's going on. Rewind the video back, watch it through a number of times. The key with this is chemistry and partnership. No matter how good you are, if you don't have somebody good to work with, it's not gonna work. It does take a little bit of time and chemistry to work with somebody to get this down. Okay, so let's get started with the routine. Okay, just like in the Floyd Mayweather Sr., the first thing is a 2-3-2 catch. So he goes 2-3-2 catch, which is basically the shoulder roll. One more time, 2-3-2 shoulder roll. Now, the next segment is 2-3-2, 3-3-2. So slowly, 2-3-2, 3-3-2. Okay, from the top again, one more time. 2-3-2, catch, 2-3-2, 3-3-2. Now from there, he's gonna dip down after the right hand and dig a shovel hook. Okay, then from there, left hook up, and then from here, 2 uppercut, 2-3-2. Okay, and that's gonna happen right there. This, let's start from the top again. It's the straight right hand, the uppercut, and the 2-3-2. One more time from the top. 2-3-2, catch, 2-3-3. He dips, body, head, 2, uppercut, 2-3-2. Now, the reason why this is important is this segment repeats. He dips down, body, head, 2, uppercut, 2-3-2. See how that repeated that section that we just did before. Next, right hook, a double right hook, left, another slip, body shot, head, and now we're gonna go all the way back to the beginning where we first started. So watch this segment over a few times and get this again, and then it's gonna go all the way back to the top. So I would say top, and we'd start again. 2-3-2, catch, 2-3-2, 3-3-2, and then here we go. Dip, hook, straight, up, 2-3-2. That's that section which repeats. Watch, he's gonna go again. Body, head, straight, up, 2-3-2. Okay, so that section repeats itself twice in a row on 2 different occasions. Then right hook, left hook, slip, body shot, left hook. Now you're gonna go 3 slips in a row. 2-3-2 slip, 3 times in a row, and then the 4th one's gonna be a duck. 2-3-2 slip, 2-3-2 slip, 2-3-2 slip, 2-3-2 duck. And then you would start at the top. That's the whole routine right there. We're gonna go over it one more time, ridiculously slow, and then you can watch through the sections and work on it to get this sort of flow down. Let's go in super slow motion. 2-3-2, catch. 2-3-2, 3-3. Boom, he dips for the body shot. Body, head, straight. Uppercut, slower, 3-2. This cycle repeats. Boom, boom, 2-3-2. Now it goes after these body shots. After this, the hook here, hook, up. Then it starts all the way at the top. We're gonna dip for the body shot, go down, body shot, head, and then it starts all the way at the beginning again. Let's go through this cycle again. 2, 3, 2, catch. 2, 3, 2, 3, 3. He dips. Boom, boom. Up. 2, 3, 2. Slower, slower. Body, head. 2, uppercut. 2, 3, 2. Hooks to the body. Hook, hook, head. Slip, body, head, and then the 3 slips in a row with the 2, 3, 2. 2, 2, slip, 2, 3, 2, slip, 2, 3, 2, slip, 2, 3, 2, duck. Okay, so I know it might seem like a lot. It is a lot. What I would recommend you do is when you work with a partner, just add 3 punches or add a mini section every time you work with your partner until you get the whole thing down. For reference, you can always watch the beginning of it a bunch of times and see how it goes through, or you have any questions, feel free to contact me about this routine or add in any variations that you would prefer to use. The whole key to this is chemistry and working with a partner.